Okay, so now we're looking at Book A worksheet 5. Book A worksheet 5. Still busy with common factor. And the instruction is to factorize. So here we have 9axy into x plus y plus 9bxy into x plus y. What is common here? X plus y. Okay. You can do it together, don't be shy. X plus y. But the x plus y out, what am I left with? 9axy plus, you have the x plus y out in that term. 9bxy. What do you notice? What is common in that second bracket? 9xy. Can you all see that? So what are we left with? X plus y. We've got 9xy. So it's x plus y. And we're left with, if you say 9axy divided by 9xy. A. Or you can ask yourselves, what must 9xy be multiplied by to give you 9bxy? Okay, you guys understand? See any confusion here? No. Okay. Let's look at number 3. In number 3 we got 9ax squared into x plus y plus 12bx into x plus y. What is common here? X plus y. Take out the common bracket. What am I left with? 9ax squared plus. Take that out, I'm left with 12bx. So what is common now in the second bracket? Sorry? What? 3 is 3x. So 9ax squared divided by 3x is what? 3ax. You all agree with that? You can check. 3x times 3ax is going to be 9ax squared. Yes. Plus 3x multiplied by 1 is going to be 12bx. 4b. And we must write x plus y as well. Okay. Any confusion? No? Number 5. This worksheet's not so long. Number 5. You got 9ax squared into x plus y plus 3 into x plus y. What is common here? X plus y. What are we left with? 9ax squared plus. So what is now common in the second bracket? 3. All agree with that? Is x plus 1. What is 9ax squared divided by 3? 3ax squared, yes. What is 3 divided by 3? And again you can test 3 times 3ax squared, 9ax squared, 3 times 1 is 3. You see where this 1 is coming in? We had left it blank, you would have only gotten the first term. Can you see? So you must have the 1. Whenever you take out the whole term as a common factor, you are always left with 1. Number 7. You got 6x squared into a plus 1 plus 3xy into x plus 1. What is common here? X plus 1. If I take x plus 1 out as a common factor, what are we left with? 6x squared plus 3xy. So what is now common in the second bracket? 3x. So 3x into x plus 1. What is 6x squared divided by 3x? 2x. What is 3xy divided by 3x? Okay, you guys understand? And the last sum, number 9. We got x into x minus y minus x squared into x minus. What is common here? X minus 1. If I get out, what am I left with? X minus x squared. So what is common in the second bracket? Then what am I left with? X minus 1. X divided by x is 1 minus x squared divided by x. And there we go. For homework, I would like you guys to do the even numbers. Yes, Michael? No one? She's saying if the summary x into x minus y minus x minus, like that. That's the question. So what is common? X minus y. Now x into x minus y divided by x minus y is x. Now x minus y divided by x minus y is 1. Okay. People enjoy this every day. Good morning, class. Good afternoon, class. Good morning, class. So today we're looking at factorization. Today we're looking at the perfect square trinomial. I think we tried starting off yesterday, but then the bell rang. Okay. So we're looking at worksheet 6 of book A. Worksheet 6 of book A. And we're going to look at the perfect square trinomial. So there was 3 steps that we discussed yesterday that we're going to do for the perfect square trinomial. What is the first step? Well, the first identification in doing the trinomial factorization. 3 terms. Are there 3 terms? Yes. The next identification? Is the first term a perfect square? Is the last term a square? Yes. Is that there? For this to be a square, this number also has to be positive.
Your attention please. 9D,
Okay.
can you please report to the field for your annual lesson? 9D, please report to the field. Mr. Corrales is waiting for
Okay,
you. Thank you.
for this to be a perfect square, this number has to be positive, not so. Okay? And then the third one we said we will determine once that we have our binomial being squared. Okay? So what is the square root of x squared? X. So you see as a plus here. So there it goes, plus. If this was a minus, people, then I would have put a minus here. You guys understand? What's the square root of y squared? 1. And it must be whole square. And then the third identification to check if we're correct, what we do is we multiply the first term, the second term by 2, so it's x times y times 2. So what's x times y? xy, and xy times 2? 2xy. And that is of course the middle term. If this didn't correspond with the middle term, then this is actually not a perfect square trinomial. You just say infactorable or can't factorize. You guys understand? So what I'm going to do is we're going to do the next one together. Right, so where do we start? What is the first step? If to identify if this is actually a perfect square trinomial. What's the first step? Is it 3? Are there 3 terms? Is it a trinomial? Yes. The second identification? The first term is a perfect square. And the last term is also a perfect square. Not so? What's the square root of x squared? X. What's the square root of 49? 7. Which makes it the perfect square. Alright. So what we do is, we write that out as square root of x squared is x. This is plus, here goes plus. Square root of 49 is 7. And it must be squared. So what is x times 7? 7x times 2? 14. So yes, that is squared. For those of you who are thinking, where does this actually fit in? No? I see some confusion on the faces. Okay. So let's check what's happening. Remember, what did I say? I said that factorization is the reverse of products. Not so. So, if we got x plus y all squared, and the question is to simplify this, what do we get? How do we simplify this? We write it out twice, not so? And then we multiply it out. What's x times x? X squared. What's x times y? Xy. What's y times x? Xy. What's y times y? Y squared. What is xy plus xy? 2xy plus y squared. What do you see? The same as the visual side. You guys understand? It's gone the other side. We got x plus 7 and y squared, and the question is to simplify. So what do? I write this out twice. Did I teach you the binomial square method? Have I taught you? Okay, so we'll do it in the next, well, once I've explained this, I will do the binomial square method as well. Okay. So what's x times x? X squared. What's x times 7? 7x. What's 7 times x? 7x. What's 7 times 7? 49. So what's 7x plus 7x? 14x plus. What do you notice? The same. You guys understand? The binomial square method. You got x plus y all squared. What's the rule? Who can remember the rule? Square the first term, yes. So I get x squared. Then first term times the second term times 2. So x times y times 2 is 2x. And then I square the last term, which is. If I apply the same rule here, we got x plus 7 all squared. Square the first term, what do I get? X squared. X times 7 times 2. 14x. Plus 7 squared. 14. You see the same. You guys understand? Do I have to do the test or the check for every sum? Okay, there's no marks allocated for this. But in the exam, if you have some extra time, it will be worth your while to test you on the right thing. Okay, at this point, is there any confusion? No. Let me just pick up the pace a bit. So, in the 3 steps to identify, with the identification of a perfect square trinomial, is this 3 terms? Yes. Is the first term and the last term a perfect square? Yes. So what do I write? The bracket squared. So what's the square root of 4x squared? 2x. Plus square root of 1. And we test on the third identification if you're going to get 4x. What is 2x times 1 times 2? 4x, so it's squared. Okay. Look at the next one. Are there 3 terms? Yes. Is the first term and the last term perfect squares? Yes. So what do I write? X. Okay. So remember, I've taken the sign of the middle term. So it must be minus 3. Okay. So let's check by we test, we check. So So it's x minus 3 squared. So what's the rule? Square the first term, what do I get? X squared. So it's x times negative 3 times 2, which is negative 6x. And the last term squared. So in other words, it's negative 3 squared. What's negative 3 squared? Positive 9. So that is the case. For those of you who said plus and can't understand why you were wrong. So the first term squared is going to give you x squared. X times 3 times 2 is positive 6x. Plus last term squared is 9. Can you see it's not the same? You guys understand? So therefore, it couldn't have been plus. So the rule is, we will take the sign of the middle term. This number must always be positive. If it's not positive, it can't factorize. You guys understand? Number 9. Is the first term, are there 3 terms? Yes. Is the first term and the last term perfect squares? Yes. So let's do the factorization here. So what's the square root of 4x squared? 2x. Plus square root of 49? Sorry, square root of 81? 9. Then we test for the middle term. What is 2x times 9? 18x. 18x times 2? 36. You guys understand? I'll give you a minute quickly to do number 11. Okay, the link to the questions can be found in the description box below. Okay. So is it are there 3 terms? Yes. Is the first and last term squares? So what's the square root of 4x squared? 2x. Square root, so there's going to be plus. Square root of 49y squared? 7y. And must all be squared. So we test for the middle term. What is 2x times 7y? 14xy times 2 is 28xy. Okay. Look at the next one. So hang on. We're spicing up our life here, no? What's different from this sum compared to what we've dealt with before? Sorry? Sorry? What? First term is negative, yes? What else do you notice? Yes? Yeah, the squares are the second and third term. So, just to make a note, the standard form of the trinomial must be in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. Or if it's x and y, it will be ax squared plus bxy plus cy squared. That's the standard form of a trinomial. If it's not in standard form, we must then write it in standard form. You guys understand? So the first step is I need to write this in standard form. So which term do I write first? X squared. Then minus 4xy plus 4y squared. Can you see there? What's your a value here? 1. What's your b value? What's your b value? Negative 4. What's your c value? 4. You guys see that? But we don't have to say what a, b and c is. Now it's in the format that you are familiar with. Can you see that, people? So is the first, is the three terms? Yes. Is the first and the last term perfect squares? Yes. So factorize that for me quickly. Okay, so what do we get? What's the square root of x squared? X. What sign goes here? Minus. Square root of 4y squared? And now we test for the middle term. What is x times negative 2y? Negative 2xy. Not so? Times 2 is negative 4xy. And the last term squared, negative 2y all squared. It's going to be positive 4y squared. You guys understand? Easy, no? Can't help that the sums are so easy. The last one. Okay, is that in a standard form? No. Okay, you could have worked with it as it is, but we just indicated now that the standard form is going to be the other way. So it's going to be 25 x squared plus 10x plus 1. I'm going to show you that this also could have been factorized as it was like that. Okay. Kumla, what do you think that answer will be? Yes?
That's switching it around because the ones to because we have to.
In this case I want. Okay, because I wanted to have it in the standard form that I just spoke about. Okay. But you could have worked with it as it is as well. So this would have been in brackets x plus 5, 1 plus 5x all squared. Because why? That would have been your perfect square trinomial as well. Okay, or your binomial square. Could have been written that way as well. People, is it 3 terms? Yes. Is the first term and the last term perfect squares? Yes. So what goes in the bracket? 5x plus 1 whole square. And we test if it's correct for the middle term. So what's 5x times 1? Times 2? Yes. And there we go. Right? You guys understand? Is there any confusion? Alright, as I showed you, we told you earlier on, that we got 1 plus 10x plus 25x squared. The first term is a perfect square and the last term is a perfect square. Not so? So this can be written as the square root of 1 plus the square root of 25x squared, 5x. And we test for the middle term. What's 1 times 5x? Times 2? So I could have worked either way. You guys understand? But for the perfect square trinomial, make it a note that the first term and the last term must be perfect squares. Okay, and then it should be able to factorize. Alright. People, any confusion at this point? No. Okay, so I'll give you a chance to do the even numbers quickly. Okay.